Among the many contents and many guests of AIMA 2024, we also have the author of a very exciting book, a book which is interesting to many of you following this appointment. We're talking about spraying machines. I'm here with Cristiano Baldoin, author of a book which has already come to its third edition. Spraying machines, choice, maintenance and use on the field. Welcome. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Already starting in the 90s, you've been involved in the technology for spreading agricultural chemicals. We have to remind people of a substantial difference that we were talking about before privately, the difference between sprinkling and spraying. Sprinkling or irrigation is watering our plants, our fields, while spraying is spreading water mixed up with agricultural chemicals. Yes, spraying means that you actually spray liquids and liquid mixtures. The technology is completely different from irrigation and sprinkling. Also on the basis of volumes. In case of irrigation, you talk about hundreds of thousands of cubic meters. Instead, in the case of spraying, it's a couple of hundreds of liters. Yes, the aim is to spray the liquid. Who does this manual address? It would be interesting to read it. Yes, it's a practical manual which addresses all those that have a professional interest in the use of sprayers. It contains information on the manufacturing characteristics of the machines, on their components. It's not a classic manual of agricultural mechanics. It doesn't go deep into the manufacturing aspects, but it rather focuses on the correct use of these machines in order to improve the quality of spraying of agricultural chemicals and also in order to mitigate the impact on the environment. Basically, it's about maintenance of the machines, and in this book you also attach great importance to innovation and sustainability in this process. Yes, we can say right from the beginning that there is a regulatory framework for sprayers. It's through Directive 128, which is the basis of the current regulatory framework. The professional users of sprayers mainly have two fulfillments to respect. Functional check, periodic functional check of the machine, which means overhauling with operations ensuring the function and mechanical integrity of the sprayers. All this is done in accredited centers with staff trained through special training courses. This is mandatory for an efficient machine. The second thing that the operator has to respect is the calibration of the machine. It's an important operation which allows the treatment to be performed according to the specific requirements. So targeted treatment, in other words. This is basic. It's the first measure you can undertake to have sustainable spraying with very little impact on the environment. Out of curiosity, in your experience in the relationship with the users of sprayers, have you discovered that there is something which is underestimated by the users? Are there bad behaviors, for example, that you have identified? Well, very often we see that well-established habits are maintained, and yet they are in contrast with the more rational use of these sprayers. For example, the use of too high amounts of liquids with dripping from the plants, waste of product, etc. In my book, for example, I don't explain how to make the calibration of the spray, but I rather focus on how you set the parameters which have to be used for calibration. For example, the selection of the adequate volume, the type of spraying, droplets, and the needs of the various treatments. Usually, in practical manuals, this is neglected. That's certainly an interesting feature, and that's why we should read this book. Cristiano Baldoin, thank you for being with us, and congratulations for this book. Thank you very much for having me here.